let me now come back to the agenda and do the exercise that we've been doing all semester. The problem solving with the ChatGPT for all. Unlike the other demonstration I do, this is not cheating. It's like using ChatGPT as a kind of a virtual tutor. And as I've said many times before, if whatever it is you are doing is helping you learn physics, then it must be okay. Because in the end, the goal of this class is to teach you physics. So if you are using ChatGPT as you are working on homework, and how you are using it is helping you learn physics, then great. I got no issue with that. So with that, let me do this demo. We got maybe 20 minutes or so. So I think we have a couple, maybe 3 questions we can do with the help of ChatGPT. And I'm going to try to kind of come up with some mistakes to make as test student. And I will see how good ChatGPT is at correcting my mistakes and actually helping me learn. So, yeah, I already had that there. So let me start out with this prompt. And I think I do kind of need to do it because in the other way I do it, I give ChatGPT basically a prompt that asks it to help me cheat. So this time, I need to make sure ChatGPT will be good. And again, what makes an amoral tool like ChatGPT good is not the tool itself, it's how you use it. And so I'm going to start with a prompt that will make sure that ChatGPT acts like a good tutor, not an amoral tutor. So, hi. I'm working through the waves problems in my calculus-based mechanics class, and I really want to make sure that I'm learning the material because I'll be quizzed on the material by my instructor next week at our weekly one-on-one meeting. Can you help me? I mean, we don't have weekly one-on-one meeting. It can be as little as just one in the entire semester or more. I'm just, making up a story for ChatGPT. It doesn't have to be true. Yeah. So, all right. And it knows my name because the memory has Andrew as my name in there somewhere. If you go to manage memories, it was calling me Andreas for a while because I was trying to learn German with it, and I told it my German name is Andreas, and so I had to tell it, okay, call me Andrew. I don't want to be called Andreas because I'm much more fluent in English than I am in German. So. All right, let's pick a question or two that's relatively substantial. The reading question I'm going to skip because, it's the kind of thing that it's just checking if you read the textbook. So I think there are 6 of these questions. Let me see if I can get a 6. Text might mention that actually. What does it not mention? Matter waves maybe? Yeah, this is truly a reading check question. Knowing physics won't help you answer that because it's a matter of what does textbook mention. That is supporting a standing wave. Standing wave equation, I think there's 3 more that I can use. Intensity is power per area. Inflected high to low. That's in phase. Again, you gotta read the textbook. That's wave number. Yep, and now I know this is the answer. After 6, it kind of just repeats because there's only 6 questions for this question one. Anyways, let's look for a substantial question that I can answer with the help of ChatGPT. Now, one thing I'll say about this set, a lot of the questions can be answered just by knowing the right formula. I don't quite like that, but it's true. It's just the way in which we cover waves. So maybe let me look for the few questions that you can't answer by knowing the right formula. let's see. Yeah, here you just, lambda is what? V divided by F. Ooh, can I do that in my head? It's hard. It's gonna be close to, yeah, in fact, kilo, centi, 20 conversions. Um, can I do it? So I think it's gonna be close to 100 times 10 to the 3. So, no. It's 10 to 100 times 10 to the minus 3. So that's zero point 0.1. So 10 centimeter, close to 10 centimeter. Now this 2 makes it a little bit higher by like 66% of 10%. So it's gonna be smaller by 6. So I want to say 9.33. That might be close. Let me try 9.3. Anyways, let's move on. So I think this is one of the few questions that, I mean, once you know the correct formula, you can answer it in the sense that it's a matter of like knowing the correct mathematical form for this and matching the numbers. But let's say I could do some of it and miss some of it. So I might get the amplitude right. That's a 0.215. I might even get wavelength right because I see that 4 meters and wonder, hey, maybe that's my wavelength. And I might get my speed right, 16.8. Hey, that's the number right there. And then let's suppose I don't know the rest. I mean, it's a little bit unrealistic because once you know D, lambda, and V, then there are formulas for P, F, and K. But let's say we are stuck here. I answered first to 3. I'm just looking up the numbers here. Now I don't know how to do the rest of the numbers. Yeah, so I'll ask ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will, I think, give me just the right formula. This is the kind of question where once you know the right formula, you plug in the numbers and you're done. I did the first 3 parts of this question correctly, but I'm a little stuck on the rest. And it'll tell you period is what. You have to figure out frequency first, I guess. There is some logical order to this. I wonder if ChatGPT will give you the logical order. Like the frequency would be the very next thing to do, because then frequency is just the V divided by lambda. Yeah. So I mean, ChatGPT doesn't follow that logical order. Although I mean, so I guess sometimes that logic is more like individual personal preference. For me, the formula I have memorized is V is equal to F times lambda, and everything else I just derive from it. Period, I don't have it memorized. I would have to derive it. So, but yeah. That's the right formula. Plug in the numbers, you'll get it. 4 divided by 16.8. Can I do that in my head? I can do the frequency in my head. Like, yeah. So, doing frequency in my head, it's, reciprocal there. So V over lambda. 16.8 divided by 4 is 4.2. So it's a question of, can I take the reciprocal in my head? I know if it's 1 over 4, it'll be 0.25. But there's that 0.2, so that'll make it a little bit smaller. 0.25 smaller by 5%. 0.225, so maybe 0.23, maybe. I'm guessing. Mental math is my trap. 2 pi divided by 4. So that would be 6.28 divided by 4. I think I can do that in my head. 6.28 divided by 4 is 1.32. We'll see. Wait, why is this wrong? Oh, no. It's because it was 2.2. So be 1.4, sorry, 5. Close enough. No. 6.28 divided by 4. 1.5, I think I got that. And then 28. I mean, I guess, is it that sensitive? Oh, me, I don't know. All right, I guess 1.55 is, yeah, it's off by more than 1%. So this might also be, if it's simply off by more than 1%, I don't need a 3 sig fix. So 2.5, but that's not quite going to be right, because this is 10% less than 0.25. I need a 5% less. So I need to add back in 0.0125. So that'd be 3.8. Yeah, all right, I got it. I mean, this is a kind of waste of time because on a calculator I could have done a lot faster, but this is me just exercising my arithmetic techniques and skills. Some numbers I have memorized, like 13 squared is 169, but most two-digit multiplications I would have to rely on some sort of approximation techniques. Anyways. This is a fairly difficult question because, I will tell you the kind of mistake that someone could make. The kind of the mistake that someone might make is misunderstand what the question is asking and do this. Take the distance, divide by the speed of the wave. Then what you get is 5,000 divided by 292. And you'll put in 17.1, and it'll say it's wrong because it's wrong. So I'll ask. I thought t is equal to the let's see, d divided by v. So I calculated 5,000 meters divided by 292 meter per second, but it says it's wrong. I'm so perplexed. Why is it saying it's wrong? Yeah, it doesn't apply here. Yeah, motion of a particle in the string, not the. Yeah, that's great. The reasoning, okay. Travels, not the speed of, yeah, good. Distance traveled by particle oscillates up and down, yeah. Total of the amplitude and the number of oscillations, yep. Time required for particle's motion. Travels total this through its oscillatory motion. This distance is the multiple of the amplitude and the number of oscillations. Okay. Oh, well, it's giving me more. Okay, frequency. Yeah, I think you have to find that. Yeah. So 292 divided by wavelength. Yeah. So this number, let's say you can get it. 584. And then 584 hertz. Then period is reciprocal. Okay, I can't do that in my head. Total distance traveled in one period. Yeah. Amplitude is from the equilibrium position to the. So let's say I didn't understand that. So I'll ask, why is the one oscillation 4A? Shouldn't it be 2A? And let's see if it'll explain. And this is how I recommend that you use it. During the one complete oscillation, starts at equilibrium position to the maximum positive, returns to equilibrium. Yeah, that's 2A, and then That's another 2A. Yeah, yeah. So 4A. Yeah, yeah. Good, good. And this is a really this is why I think I would feel comfortable with the people using ChatGPT like a virtual tutor, because you can ask questions. It's quite different from other cheating websites like a check, where you get an answer from tutor, and because you don't have immediate feedback, you can't really ask them for a follow-up question, or if you do, like, with all the delays, why wouldn't you ask me instead? But ChatGPT, you can get immediate response. In that way, I think it's better than me, unless you are sitting with me at my office hour. So I would actually recommend this kind of use of ChatGPT. Total oscillations needed. So total distance divided by the 4A. That'll give you total time. Yeah, and this is probably pretty easy enough to calculate. So how do I want to do it? Let's just do it on a calculator and see if I'll make any mistake. Let's just do this on a calculator, and if it's a realistic mistake, then I'll be making it. If it's not, then so I need an N and I need a T. So let me do T first. So that's gonna be one calculator. 0.5 divided by 292. That's the reciprocal of that. That's one. Let me bring up a second calculator, just for convenience's sake. And type in, and type in 5,000 meters divided by 4A. So that would be divided by, I wonder if I'll do this, divide by 4 times A, 0.2. Now here the calculator mistake is order of operations. The way this calculator works, it'll have done 5,000 divided by 4, get 200, and then multiply that by 0. Not 200, get 1,250, and then multiply it by 0.2, which is not what I meant to do. But it'll give me 250 instead of the other thing that I should have had. But let me continue with this and get a mistaken answer of this times the period of 0.0017123 and 0.428. And again, that's wrong. And I'll ask, why is this wrong? I wonder if we can infer what mistake I made. I'm curious. I followed the steps and it says it's wrong. And again, this is another kind of situation where I think ChatGPT can be really helpful, because it is frustrating to go through multiple steps to answer a question and then for it to be wrong and not sure where you made the mistakes. And ChatGPT can review your work. Here, I really should have given it more of my work, but can review what you've done and try to kind of go through it with you and try to spot it. So given the data, given that, correct the period, you can double check that. Distance traveled, 4A. Now, as you are looking at it, you might realize, maybe instead of doing 5,000 divided by 4A, I should try 5,000 divided by 0.8. Then that might allow you to realize that something went wrong in the division by 4A, maybe. So I guess it's just giving you the answer. But you should take that extra time of making sense of where was your mistake. And this step-by-step instruction from ChatGPT can help you. It can mix up in, it's kind of the same advice I would give, and I do give in like problems and assessments to the extent that I can tell. All right, that's I think all the time we have, and that might actually be kind of it for questions that goes beyond the simply knowing the right formula also. So I think this is a good coverage. So hopefully this demonstration helps. It's a little bit early, but I have my next meeting scheduled kind of early, so I want to go and take a little bit of break. So thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye.